How's it all going out there, folks? I hope you're still safe and doing well out there. I hope you've enjoyed the last few videos we've got. I hope they've kept me sweating and busy, so I hope they have with you too. Hope you've learned some new things, and I hope you've enjoyed being able to master your moves and improve them and take them to the next level. Alright, so what we're going to do today, I've been talking about these wee piles of post-it notes for ages, right? So finally we're going to take them into play. Now remember, the order that we did all the moves in is just the way that I split up this pile. I want you to do it yourself now. So we're going to take that big pile of moves that we made all the way through from the first time that we finished the group routine, where we split them all down and we wrote them in a couple of classes ago. So I'm going to take those moves now. I have taken liberty of splitting them into the two piles from last time right now, so they're ready to just do a quick wee demonstration of what we're going to do today. So my little pile of moves, move pile 1 from the very first one of these little training session videos we did, hardcore training, all these moves. I'm going to take this little pile of moves, and you can do it any way you want. You can shuffle them up, you can lay them out in order, decide what you like and whatever you want, but you could just be like nice and random, just let them fall where the stars decide, and you could maybe use that as your order. That is how I did it, alright? So just to kind of keep it totally random, and just so I could bring you something kind of unexpected and just off the cuff, and I'll show you what kind of happened here. So I kind of threw them down, and 2 of them landed face up, so I just got rid of those. And all the ones face down are what I decided to use. You can choose any method you like. It was just to kind of keep it random, alright? And here is what I got. So I've got a pile here with helicopter, Evo shoulder roll, M spin, the cross step, knee slide, step through, and Charlie rocks, alright? So I then took that little pile and I laid it all out, and I kind of, from that random order, I found a way, but I'm just going to recreate what kind of the order I put it down in, alright? Once I kind of made sense of it. So I have it as helicopter, Evo shoulder roll, M spin, cross step, knee slide or step through, and Charlie rocks, right? That's kind of how I ended up pulling together an order from how it randomly came together, right? Again, do it your own way. But once you've now got your little pile of moves and you've created a little order for them, this is how you're going to build your own mini solo routine, kind of inspired by the group routine, alright? And using some elements that we can take through and feed into your own solo, right? But we're going to add in some other things to make it your own. So now for me, it kind of ended up in a really tricky order. It kind of this order that I had here kind of is almost backwards to what you would normally do a routine in. Normally you'd start with your top rocks, right, standing up, find a way to the floor, do all your floor moves, and then end up kind of finishing on the floor in a freeze or something like that, right? Somehow the way that they laid out, it was almost like it was backwards, so I decided maybe I could try it backwards for once. Could I start in a freeze on the floor and almost rewind and do a routine that takes me to standing up? So my random scattering has brought me to a way of thinking of building a routine I wouldn't have normally thought of. It's kind of why I decided to do it this way, just to kind of get a fresh way of doing it. So I started with helicopter, Evo roll, Evo shoulder roll, M spin, cross step, knee slide, step through or step through, and Charlie rocks. And I'll show you roughly, I've had a little practice of this separately, just tried a few little variations and ideas out, and I'm going to show you quickly what I've come up with. It's not necessarily finished, but just a rough idea of how I've taken elements from the group routine, pulled them together randomly, split them in half, scattered them about, made a little random way of choosing. You decide again, as I said. But now I have an order, I'm going to try and build something out of that. So imagine, if you can, each little post-it note with each move on it, imagine it like a block of Lego, right? So they were all in a certain order to create our group routine, and then we're going to split all the Legos apart, take some of them, put them back in the box, and we've left some different shapes and different colours, and we're going to rejoin them together to make a whole new picture, if that makes sense, a whole new object, a whole new dance. So that's what we're going to do, if that helps you think about it a bit more clearly. So I'm going to show you roughly what my little random order of moves brought me, and we'll see what it brings you. Alright, so that is today's activity. Start to build your own solo routine from whatever method you want, using the pile of moves we have that built our group routine. I hope that makes sense. Alright, so I'm going to show you roughly what I came up with and how what the end result was. Alright, so alright, so it was something like that. So I added in a tiny thing there. I think it kind of changed a microscopic amount from how I've been practicing it, but that was roughly the idea. So now, hopefully you can see some similar aspects in terms of the moves we use, but I have built a whole new routine, right? So that's what I'd like all you guys to try and work out this week. They won't be this order, they won't be these moves, it'll be the one you've chosen. So out there, let's see what you guys come up with, and let's build a whole bunch of new exciting solos, all using the same moves. Alright, cool. We'll see you next time. Peace out. Let us know how you get on. It'd be brilliant once you've got these little solo routines. If you're able to do any technology thing, I know it's tricky as I'm finding myself, but if you manage, maybe you can send them on to us and we can have a little check them out and see how you're getting on. Alright, peace out there. Oh, and once you've got your routine, one last thing to say before I say peace is get your moves in those order. Make sure before you split your post-it notes up again, get a separate bit of paper and write down your new routine in the order that you've created, alright? So that you don't forget it, and maybe film it for yourself as well, just so you have a little way of checking out what it looks like, just in case you forget another day. Okay, so that's your exercise and your activity for this week. Build your own solo routine using some of the moves from our group routine. Alright, peace out. Look forward to seeing how you get on.